Hello. And today we're going to talk about 5 success keys for this week. I want to share with you 5 success keys for this week. Even though this week has begun, it doesn't mean that you can't start again. If you haven't like put an expectation for your week, even for your day, anything can distract you. So my goal is to help you to have more successful weeks by having more successful days. So that way the focus is there for you to fulfill your goals, to fulfill your obligations, to fulfill what it is that you set out for your life. Because I mean, frankly, all of us, our intentions are to be successful. But we have to have a plan of action. Yes. And then even though we may have a plan of action, a lot of times the plan of action is there, but if you're not motivated, you won't take it. You won't do it. It's not you won't take it. You won't look at it. You won't look at it. You won't go to it. You're not pressed because you're not motivated. So that's when I come in. I want to motivate you. I want to keep you encouraged so that way you can be successful. Because we have to understand, we really all have to truly understand that if one person is not successful, then all of us are not successful. We really are our brothers and sisters keepers. So, back to 5 success keys for this week. Number one, I would like for you to meditate on Psalms 68:19. And I want to read it to you really quickly because it's such a powerful, powerful scripture. Okay, so Psalms 68:19 says, "Blessed be the Lord who daily loads us with benefits. Blessed be the Lord our God who daily loads us with benefits." That's Psalm 68:19a. Okay? Meditate on that. Remember that. God daily, on a daily basis, He loads us with benefits. Benefits to have a successful day. Do you know that we were all born with a success mantle? We all came to this earth with a success mantle. And what happened was, once we got here, we dropped it. We put down our success mantle and we picked up a mantle of defeat, a mantle of lack, a mantle of ignorance. So it's taking us a little longer to get back to that. And that's why it's important for us to be our brother's keeper. It's important for us to be able to help others, but at the same time, we have to help ourselves. Okay? So, with that being said, let's move on to number 2. So, let me just reiterate. Number 1, meditate. Please meditate, have a scripture. But for this week, let's meditate on Psalm 68:19. Blessed be the Lord our God who daily loads us with benefits. Second, number 2, set your expectations for the day. Set your expectations for the day. Let me pull up this book because I'm like going out of. Okay, so set your expectations for the day. In Job 22:28, it says, "You shall decree a thing and establish it, and the heavens will shine the light on your way." So wherever you go, heaven is right there with you once you speak it. God gave us the power to bind and loose. Those are keys. So whatever it is that we want to happen for us, heaven says, okay, I come into agreement with you, I line up with you, and yes, you can have it. Especially if it is what God's will is. If the outcome is that you're going to be successful, all of heaven opens the door and helps you along the way. Because in God, there's no failure. So, okay, so number 1, meditate on Psalm 68:19. Number 2, set your expectations. You shall decree a thing and establish it, and heaven will shine upon your ways. And let me tell you something. Every morning when I wake up, actually, not even in the morning when I wake up, at night, I say how tomorrow is going to be. Because in all actuality, in the word, it says that when he created the heavens and the earth, when God spoke it, it was evening and then it was morning and it was good. You see, so he started 6 o'clock at night. From 6 at night until 6 in the morning is one day. Okay? So set your expectations for the day by praying it the night before. So when you wake up, you're ready. All of heaven has lined up to bring you what it is that you spoke that you need to have for this day. Okay? So that's number 2. Number 3, limit mindless distractions. Limit mindless distractions. So that means that if there's mindless distractions, then there must be a mindful attractions, right? So with that being said, you want to stay focused on what's going to fill your mind. What are those attractions that will fill your mind to keep you motivated, encouraged, and focused on achieving the goal that you have set out for this week, this day, right? And limit mindless distractions means to not get caught up in conversations that are not part of what you see for yourself for this week. To not watch TV or listen to radio that has nothing to do with encouraging the goals that you set for your life. If you want to be successful, and I say it over and over, if you want to be successful, you have to do what successful people do. And one of the things they don't do is sit around and watch mindless television. And don't get me wrong, there's nothing wrong with television. Nothing. There's nothing wrong with television. It becomes a problem when you know that there are things that you want to accomplish and instead you grab the remote and you're watching TV. Or that you should be doing something towards your legacy and yet you're listening to music or talk that is not going to elevate you. It's only keeping you stuck or pulling you back into a realm that you was delivered from. Okay? And then number 4, which is really, really huge, and that is say no. Say no. And I know that is huge because you have so many people around you who are demanding things from you, and you have to be laser focused. That's pretty much the bottom line. You have to be laser focused because if you're not, then who will? You only have enough time in the day for what it is that you need to do. And it's not selfish. It's not selfish. What it is that you're focused. You're focused on achieving a goal. That in your mind, you have decided that you will not be in this same position this next year, this time, or even in a month from now. So it's okay to say no if you don't have the time. If you don't have the time, you can't do it. And they'll be okay. And last but not least, work during your most productive hours. You know, many times a lot of people like to get things done between 9 and 5 or 8 and 3 or whatever it is. But if you're the type of person that you work best at 2 o'clock in the morning, that's fine. Don't try to put in the time. Don't try to put in the hours that other people do. That works for them. Find the time that works best for you and work it. Because when you're productive during the hours that work for you, you're really productive. You will do what you set out to do. So if you become inspired at 8 o'clock in the morning, that's fine. If you become inspired 9 o'clock at night, that's fine as well. It's whatever hours work for you. And then work those hours. Work that time frame. Block out that time and do what it is that you were called to do. Because at the end of the day, it is you who determine if you're going to be successful or not based on what you do with your time. So that was my 5 success keys for this week for you. Hit me up. Let me know if this is working for you. If there's anything else that you would like for me to share with you that would help you in your journey called life towards your destiny. So, again, number 1, meditate. Please, this week, meditate on Psalm 68 and 19. Number 2, set your expectation for the day. Number 3, limit mindless distractions, which is TV, radio, or those conversations that are like blah, 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 blah. Say no. It's okay to say no. And last, work during your most productive hours. Not other people's productive hours, but yours. Whatever that is for you, whatever it looks like for you, there's no right or wrong. It's when you can operate, not during anybody else's time. Okay, so that is my time. Remember, you are a unique individual who has purpose. There is a need that only you can fulfill. Today, allow your dreams to be louder than your fears, your actions louder than your words, and your faith stronger than your feelings. Why settle for no when yes is available? Bye-bye.